Good evening, Mr. Champika. I'm Kalan and here are my colleagues Sathira and Temra. We are undergraduates from NSBM Green University and this interview is being conducted for a report purpose. We highly appreciate your journey the way here standing RaaLa Kithul, what it is today. And already you are pitching the Japanese market. Before we move into some formal questions, let me take an introduction where we would like to know some personal introduction to yourself. What is your name, school, university and family background?
Yes, good evening everyone. My name is Champika Vincent. My school, Nalanda National School, Minuwangoda. I did commerce subjects for my A levels and selected to university with the rank of district second, obtaining 3 years. Then university, I selected marketing management and I obtained first class degree from University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. Then after my first degree, I obtained the Master MBA from University of Colombo, and later I qualified as a chartered marketer from CIM. When we talk about the family background, and my father is a businessman and mother housewife, and I'm married. I have 2 kids, and business is a new thing I entered in 2021. Before that, once my university passed out, I work as a senior manager at Valuable One Holdings.
Okay, so my next question is, what was your inspiration to be out for this massive enterprise today?
Yes, the inspiration, there's no any personal inspiration. That's because we have seen the opportunities from university level, especially from the department which I qualified the marketing management. I organize different kind of events in my university lives, small event to the larger kind of events. So that kind of event organizing platform, we gathered a lot of qualifications. One, the organizing skill. Second one is the leadership, and second one, identifying the environmental changes. So based on that nature, I become an entrepreneur. So my inspiration goes to my university.
The products on the table are yours. So can you explain what your entrepreneur thought regarding what your business is, how did it get started, and a flashback throughout the journey?
Yes, this is an exporting company. The product we export, we started with the company is Kithul, that is we call untouched product. And currently we are exporting the Kithul and related products to 8 countries in the world, especially Europe. The brand we started called as RaaLa Kithul is a brand we took more than 6 months for the research. The bread and butter products we sell to mainly Europe countries is Kithul, Trickle and Jaggery. Later we expanded into different categories. Latest one we are going to launch in next year, most probably May or June. That's Kithul energy drink, and we recently launched Kithul Spread the Savory. So that is the production portfolio. Apart from that, we started the exporting of local rice, that's we call Kurulutud and Swadal. And the next product we recently started is King Cocoa, which is having the largest market opportunities in Europe countries and Middle East. And we recently sent a 40-feet container to Canada, including our entire product. And you asked about how did we get a startup. So startup, this is business started during the COVID situation. In 2020, I think it's in first week of March, entire country was locked down. So during the time I had the opportunity to spend time with my family. It's more than I think 3 or 4 months. We stuck in our own houses and we think how we spend the time. So a lot of people spend the time with the entertainment, but I spend the time with the research. The research I mainly did to identify if this kind of the global crisis happen, what are the surviving or sustainable businesses. I think you also can remember during the COVID time, we also waited to find the vegetable lorry, yellow lorry, and we took a call to a pharmacy to order the medicines. So the medicines and the foods are the main products. Whatever the crisis comes, we order. That's we consume. So health and foods are the main products. So health sector, the food sector, I think I believed that will be a sustainable industry. Then I searched what are the trends in the food industry. Then I observed that the organics or the healthy foods has a huge demand. Then I searched what are the health issues with the people's health in the world. You don't believe in Sri Lanka the population is about 30 years to around 60. We took about average around how many population? 500,000 population. So out of 500,000 population, more than 70% of the people has a diabetic issue. So diabetic issue, I searched what will be the healthy products. The healthy product was Kithul. During the time the product on the cottage industry, then later we developed and took into some level. So that was the how I started the company. Then next question was the flashback towards the journey, right? So the first order we sent to UK, and later we sent the product to USA, and we are the first company send the Kithul products to China, and now we covered 8 countries in the world. And Monday we are signing the agreement with the Japanese company to send this product to the Japanese supermarket chain.
Okay, so now let's dig into some deeper questions where we are dealing with this political, economical and legal crisis all among the country, where RaaLa was part of it. So can you explain us how supportive and not the business environment was?
Yes, the pestle factors is limited inside the country. Those are external factors, but my market is export. So whatever the crisis happening in Sri Lanka is very less relevant to me. During the COVID time, I think the second time also Sri Lanka was locked down and a lot of companies closed down, but we operated. Government's given the opportunity to run the entire export companies. RaaLa and whatever the curfew situations were not bad for us. Our operations, we continue entire operation because the main factor, the main market is not local. We exported. Export markets was our main focus. And when it comes about the current situation, the inflation is going very high. The economical factors are very harmful for the operation. But we are a dollar earning business. So whatever the inflation is happening in Sri Lanka, we can cover through the gain we are taking from the dollars. So dollar gaining is one opportunity which can increase the income, and we are able to face those challenges very helpfully. Another part we talk about the under special factors is the legal factors. I will explain that we are exporting this king coconut. King coconut exporting is handled by Coconut Development Authority. They are the legal body who is giving the permission to all the exporters exporting this king coconut. I also very less aware about this Coconut Development Authority intervention. We started the production about 1,000 bottles, and we sent the products to the container, and the custom officer came and hold the entire shipment because of these 1,000 bottles. At the time we identified we have to get the permission from the Coconut Development Authority. Then we called the Coconut Development Authority officer and said, we are sending 1,000 bottles as a sample, so give us opportunity, give the permission to send this product to Canada. Then he said that you cannot manufacture without having the permission from the Coconut Development Authority. Then I asked, so which kind of a permission we have to obtain? They said that we have to obtain ISO 22000 certification. Actually, this company also, we are in the process of obtaining ISO 20000. Then he said that for the factory we are manufacturing, we have to obtain the ISO 20000. So ISO 20000 in the sense, the investment is about 20 million. So, as a startup company spending 20 million for the one standard is not possible. Then I with the chairman of the coconut authority and got the permission to send this 1,000 bottle as a sample. So there are plenty of legal barriers coming as entities to the exporters to hold some kind of export products. So that is the barrier which is having for us. Apart from that, there are plenty of government institutes supporting, especially the economic export development board and the Department of Commerce. They are giving the maximum support to develop the products in those countries.
Alongside those special forces, we would also like to know what were the forces that were making you strong and at the same weak.
Yes, the SWOT analysis in the sense the internal strength and the weaknesses. The best strength I obtained from my university is knowledge and the networking. In the export industry, now you can see I am running one-man show, right? So I have to take care about the production, I have to take care about the supply chain, I have to take care about the export operation, I have to take care about the accounting part, and I have to take care about the documentation. Entire part I have to take care about. Because I am handling the entire process because of the knowledge I have gathered. Because now there are plenty of courses available in the market, newcomers, but I didn't follow any course. I get the entire things, reading the notes and everything, I gather the knowledge. That knowledge I have gained from my university level. Second one is the network. Now, promoting a product in overseas countries is not easy. Before I start up the company, I work as a senior manager at Valuable One under the tourism leisure sector. So I travel more than 70 countries in the world, and I had the opportunity to meet embassies, plenty of embassies in the world. So now Sri Lanka also has an embassy in different countries, and lot of commercial officers attached to the embassies are very known to me. So I use that networking opportunity to push this product to particular buyers. So that's why how we success in the Japanese market and the Chinese market and the US and UK. All the commercial officers were supported us. So those are the strength. Networking and the knowledge were the strength. You asked about the threats, right? So threats. Now this is a PO product. I am not only the person who is selling Kithul products. There are plenty of Kithul products available in the market. Now, shall I ask a question from you? Can you elaborate some brands which sell the Kithul products? Can you explain? Name 1 or 2, 3 brands.
There are many, like we can't say that there are only one product brand, like even a single man can sell some Kithul products on the roadside. So there are like plenty.
There are plenty. And you heard about the famous brand like I am not going to mention the brands. The larger scale companies, they are selling this branded Kithul products. Now this product is selling local price 1,950, right? This is 370 ml. You can find the 375 ml from the local supermarkets on the food city. It's about 375 rupees. Our one is 1,900, that one is 375 rupees. So there's a huge difference, right? It's more than 1,200 difference, 1,500 difference. The difference is they are selling adulterated product. So that product also goes to the export market, right? Whatever the adulterated product, they are not only selling in Sri Lanka, they are exporting to different countries, mentioning pure Kithul, right? This one also pure Kithul, that one also they are mentioning as pure Kithul, but not pure Kithul. So the biggest threat we are facing is this adulterated product. There is no government regulation to stop that kind of malfunctions, right? We have to update to the buyers, and we have to do the continuous promotion, and we have to send continuous samples. Sometimes we are sending more than 2,000 samples. We have this small pot, 35 milliliter. We are sending those samples to the buyers, give this to retailers and give this to customers, and taste it and identify the difference between adulterated products and the pure products. So that is the huge threat we are currently facing, but we are surviving. And there are plenty of opportunities in the market for the healthy products. I think you also can start one day a good company, try to sell the healthy products. There is a huge potential, organic and the healthy product. and the Gotabaya Rajapaksa also tried to initiate the organic the organic products, but the execution levels was the problem, but the concept is ideal.
Okay, so my final question is, getting a customer is hard, and how hard was it for you to get your first customer?
Finding a customer in the international market was not a big challenge for me, because I had a good connection with the embassies, and the first effort I did, I sent my introduction email to entire embassies in the world, which is having the Sri Lankan embassy in the world, and I contact the commercial officers, and we had the casual chat, and then I sent the sample set through the EDB entire commerce department, the commercial officers, and they send that to different buyers. The first customer buyer I received from UK market, and he ordered 16 bottles. This is the first product we sent UK. We sent 16 bottles through DHL, and the happiest thing is the entire 16 bottles were sold. They advertised their products on their own website as online marketing, and the entire 16 bottles were sold within 24 hours. One bottle took by USA customer, and he sent that to the largest importer, Sri Lankan products importer in the USA, and sent us, can you import this product to USA? Then he contacted me. Initial order was 500 bottles sent to USA. Then USA customer sent to New Zealand, then moved to New Zealand to Canada, then Singapore, then expanded.
So here are my questions to you, Mr. Champika. So my first question is, your effort have made this all the way high. So how did you make it really happen, setting the vision, and what the initial goals of the business were?
Yes, initially I had a vision to develop the product to different countries, especially for the Europe market. Then based on the vision, I daily worked, and first one I did a research. I think more than 6 months I did a research to identify if we are sending a product to Europe market, who will be our customers. Actually, this Kithul is a untouched product, as well as it is not known product. We call it unknown product by the foreigners. Then, but Sri Lankans who are living in overseas, especially Europe market, they know little bit about Kithul. Some mature people, they taste Kithul and they know the Kithul. So the main target I identified, the Sri Lankans who is living in overseas. Those are my key market. Then I identified, if I selling a product to those kind of people, if I am selling a quality product, I have to develop a brand. So I did a research to identify the brand for the product. Then I gathered a lot of brands available in the market, and I see the brand should be in Sinhala. So I identified this is a product coming from the RaaLa, and I wanted to develop a logo. The logo, in the sense, not a complex one. I want to develop a logo which is whatever the foreigner or the local can easily identify. Then I search a character. Then I found this monkey. Monkey is well-known character. Whatever the Sinhala speaking, English speaking, German, whatever the person can easily identify, this is a monkey, right? Then monkey we combine with the Kithul and develop a logo and develop the brand. RaaLa and RaaLa combine, and we develop the RaaLa as a brand and combine with the Kithul, RaaLa Kithul. So to develop the brand and the labels and the entire packaging, we spent more than 6 to 7 months and got the patent from the intellectual property department. This is a patent product. No one has copied that, trademark, license. And we send the samples to all the countries in the embassies. Then it started the business. So initial effort I put for the research. That was the success, because a lot of people are starting the business without doing a research. I think the research is the foundation.
So we as undergraduates learning dozens of tools and techniques to develop businesses, would you really think that will help us in real world for us to be future entrepreneurs and innovators?
Yes, becoming an entrepreneur is not an easy task because you have to run the show on 360 degrees. You have to take care about the production, then you have to take care about, in it comes to the production, you have to think about the logistic part, you have to think about the material acquisition part, the supply management part, the payment part you have to manage. And important thing is the storage. So you have to maintain a huge storage. And you have to take care about your employees also. Then you have to gather about the HR knowledge. And when in a country like Sri Lanka, it's very difficult to dealing with the government organization like Inland Revenue because they are putting lot of taxes. So we have to give the correct details, relevant details to them to get the tax relief. As exporting companies, we are getting tax relief. So we have to give the details, in details to the Inland Revenue Department. So you need to get about the financial knowledge, accounting and financial knowledge. And day to day you have to do the administration part. So cleaning part, now Monday we are having the agreement signing with the Japanese market. So there are plenty of administration part we have to do. So administration knowledge you have to. And important thing is a marketing. So you have to think about the label requirements for each and every territory. Now what I will show you one example. Now you can see this is the product we sent to Dubai. You can see we put a sticker because of the legal requirement of the UAE body. This is not relevant to the New Zealand. This is not relevant to the UK, right? So you have to gather the knowledge about the label requirements through your marketing subjects. And so you have to thorough knowledge about the supply chain management, human resource, and the administration, the marketing, accounting knowledge. So you are learning everything. One day, when you are becoming an entrepreneur, you have to gather all the details, all the knowledge you have gathered, and you have to use those as your skills, and whatever the success of your tools, the business will boom up.
What were the challenges you have faced throughout the business?
Yes, there are plenty of challenges coming for the business, not only from the local, there are plenty of coming from the overseas. Now, Trickle and the Jaggery, Sri Lanka is not only the market, not only the country which is manufacture Trickle and Jaggery. There are plenty of products coming from the Indonesia and India also. Then Canada also, they have the maple syrup. That's a general challenge. But when it comes to Sri Lanka, the main challenge I'm having, the managing of the suppliers. Supply chain management is a huge challenge we are having. There are plenty of competition coming inside the country, and we have to take care about the suppliers, and we have to give the financial benefits to them, and we have to collect the product with the quality, and there cannot be any mistakes when you're collecting the raw material from the suppliers. So supply chain management is the biggest challenge we are having now.
Okay, Mr. Champika, we can define personality as a characteristic of a good entrepreneur. So to get more closer with your personal charisma, I would ask few questions for you. So my first question is, doing business is stressful. So how do you manage stress?
Yes, I think the coping strategy of the stress is we have to take the entire business activities as a hobby. So I want to develop my business, and that was my dream. When I entered my university, I had a dream to develop my own business. So that was my that was my hobby. So what I did, I know business is very stressful. Now Monday we have the meetings I have to prepare, but I am not taking it as a stress. What I do, I always took entire thing as my hobby, right? So I think if we can commit it, and if we can give more attention to the business, nothing can be a stress. Easily can cope.
What were your successful entrepreneurial habits?
Yes, entrepreneurial habits in the sense I wake up early in the morning at 4:30 a.m. So Europe market also working at the time. So 4:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. I'm doing the emails and I'm taking the phone calls to overseas buyers, and I'm planning the daytime activities, and I'm sending the production schedules to the factory, and they are starting the production. And purchase order we are sending to our collection center in the morning time. Before 6:30 I'm sending to the production collection center, and they start in their collection plan. Daily production I am planning around 6:30, before 6:30. So the factory entire thing is happening after 8:30. So they are going as per the plan. And evening 5:30 or 6:30 normally we are ending up the daily operation. Then again at 9:30 to 11:30 I am working at the home. I'm using my computer, and I'm starting send the emails and sending some new things to the buyers. So that is my habit. So wake up at early in the morning and working till midnight. That is the most successful habit I think I am having as an entrepreneur.
Being so successful, standing what you are up to today, how do you balance your personal and work life?
The simple answer is for that, plan your day. If I plan the day early in the morning, then I can find a time for the work things and my personal things. Now, Sunday anyway we are not working, so Sunday I am given my maximum time to my family. And the daytime also I have to 10:30 in the morning I have to go to pick up my son from the nursery, and again 11:30 I have to go to the school, pick up my elder daughter, she is at the grade 2. Then evening also I have to took my elder daughter to the private classes also. Some Thursday I have to took her to the swimming classes, and I am also swimming. That won't be a much problem, because a perfect day planning. If we can plan the day perfectly, that won't be a hazard.
In your business life, what is your most satisfying moment of? What are your achievements?
Sending untouched product to untapped market was my most successful achievement. The untouched product is Kithul. Untouched market is China, because no one has sent the Kithul products to Chinese market. Chinese market, you know very well, that is the world biggest consumer market. And per month we are sending 1,000 liters to China, Kithul trickle liters to China, and little bit it will be increasing. So qualify as an exporter to the Chinese market was my most successful achievement.
So, Mr. Champika, can you use further your latest innovation, Kithul energy drink?
I think you are talking about this energy drink. The research part is almost completed. I will explain the background why we entered to the energy drink market. Now there are plenty of energy drinks available in the market. I think you also frequent users of energy drinks, but most of the energy drinks are not healthy conscious, because of it has high sugar. So high sugar level, in your age you can consume the plenty of sugars, but the adverse effects come after you mature about 35 years, right? So as a parent, I am also not in a position to offer energy drink to my kids, because it has a high sugar. Then I met ITI, Industrial Technical Institute, and asked, are we in a position to develop a Kithul energy drink? Because Kithul energy drink has a low sugar, that will be healthy conscious, and that is more suitable to kids and the youth generation. Then they did a research more than 12-13 months. The product was very successful, taste level that is very high, and we did a sample testing with teenagers, comes around 15 to 19 years old, we took around 100 teenagers and we did a sample testing. Their feedback is very good and they were very happy to choose the product, choose the Kithul energy drink among the energy drinks available in the market. I believe the first product we can launch to the market mid of next year, and that will be mainly targeted to the local community.
So my last question is, where do you see your business in next 5 to 10 years?
Yes, during next 5 to 10 years time, Kithul won't be the Kithul available as currently. That there are plenty of developments will be come to the market, and the next product after Kithul energy drink, I am planning to develop sap wine also, which is targeting the overseas market, and there are plenty of foods we can develop through the Kithul. And you have aware about the Kithul flour. Kithul flour is the known product, but that also untouched. It has a lot of ingredients, healthy ingredients available in Kithul flour, and the Kithul plantation will be the most the concept we are going to launch in 2024. The land acquisition part we already completed, 25 acre land. With the Kithul plantation, we are on the way to develop Kithul Villa and the Kithul module center to experience about the Kithul tapping and the Kithul evaporation, locals and the overseas. Now the foreigners are coming to Sri Lanka and they are normally goes to tea estates. As similar, we have the concept to bring the foreigners and observe the Kithul plantation, how the Kithul tapping is going on, and they can taste the fresh sap taken from the Kithul tree. And Kithul Villa also it has included, so that will be the next vision we are going to achieve after 5 to 10 years time.